Today I want to talk about NVC, a communications process that is based on empathy. I was taught NVC, nonviolent communications, back in Sri Lanka in the middle of the civil war by an amazing person called Jayanti, who was courageous, who was up there in the war zone teaching this process to teachers and youth, and also doing so in the border villages as well as in the southern part of the country. So I was fortunate to have had gone through several training programs, and I picked it up immediately because it was very much aligned to the mindfulness practice of managing emotion. So the process was introduced to the world by a psychologist called Marshall Rosenberg, an American, and this is his book, Nonviolent Communications: A Language of Life. Create your life, your relationships, your world in harmony with your values. And he was inspired by Mahatma Gandhi. And in fact, this book has a foreword by Arun Gandhi, who's Mahatma Gandhi's grandson, who founded the MK Gandhi Institute of Nonviolence. So nonviolent communications is a very simple process. There's a four-step process there, and I'm going to simplify it further by just saying it's about observing something first of all, and then trying to understand what the feeling is, and trying to understand how that feeling arose based on a need. And then once you figure that out, then you can take some action. So it's about having empathy for somebody who might be upset at you through this NVC process of what are they feeling and why are they feeling that, based on what need. And if we unpack that and can communicate that with the person, we can create that common ground and find through empathy and understanding and compassion. So I have turned it around a bit because I felt that if I am to feel empathy for somebody else, I have to have empathy for myself first. So this is where I've been using this, and you may have seen this in my previous videos. When I say breathe and observe, it comes from the NVC process. So breathe, and say observe, and breathe out. What happens is you become present to the here and now. You stop the past and stop the future. So when you're present to the here and now, then you can take the next steps. So I created a system, a small little exercise called clarity. Four questions for clarity, it's called. And so the first question that I ask myself after taking a deep breath is, what am I observing? As soon as I do that, I stop my thought process, as I said earlier. And that enables me to ask the second question of myself, which is, what am I feeling right now? And that quietens my mind now to see whether I can bring up whatever is percolating in my body. It could be a sense of anxiety or fear, or it could be joy, happiness, whatever it is, what's going on. It enables me, because I've stopped the thought process, to dig a little deep to uncover that. If I can bring it to the surface and say, let's say if I'm feeling a little anxious right now, then I apply the why questions a few times. Why am I feeling anxious? Why is that? Why is that? It enables me to get to a root cause. And once I get to a root cause, I can identify the need. So when I know the need, then I can bring that to the surface and shine a light on that. So when I do that, I dissipate that energy, whatever emotion that was going on in my mind and my body and stressing me out, I can dissipate that because I brought them to the surface now. Once I brought them to the surface, then I can tell myself, okay, now that I know, what action am I going to take? Now there are feelings and needs lists. Now I do this in English, so there are feelings and needs lists available where we can hone in on what you're feeling right now at this moment, because there are nuances and subtleties about the ways our feelings and emotions, how they arise. So simply then, when you look at this whole process, we can simply say that an emotion is simply a feeling that arises when a need is met or not met. So the exercise that I invite you to try for yourself is that, once again, what am I observing? What am I feeling? What am I needing? And once you unpack that, you free yourself, and then you can say to yourself, yes, what am I going to do about this? So try it and see what happens. So be well, be happy. All the best.